America, FBI and CIA agents, and fellow cult members. Welcome to Culture Club USA. I'm DiBrava. And today's riddle is: modern women fret and fight for the plight of foolish theories, of what they believe, what is, and always should be. But within these wicked theories, wise men become leery, as their paradigms cast a spell of trickery. Okay, in today's episode of OnlyFans on Trial, we'll look in as a woman leaves an arranged marriage, only to find her current state is utter chaos. You ready? Let's dive in.
Because this is something you brought up, I guess it was last week or 2 weeks ago when you were on. You seem to think that men can be manipulative, or men are gaslighting, or men will do certain things when they... Can you expand on what you meant by that a little bit more?
I don't exactly remember which and what context we were talking about it.
I think that there was this... So let me... I don't know exactly how to set the stage, but I think there was something along the lines of guys will do say one thing or do the other, or guys will play games or something like that. Or there's a lot of this, they'll act a certain way when they don't really mean it, but...
I guess like love bombing and stuff, right?
Okay. What does that mean?
Well, that means you gas someone up, make them feel amazing, make them feel like you want a future with them, tell them all these things, act like you want those things.
Tell them you're going to get a visa?
Tell them you're going to tell them
you're going to get a visa? Look, okay, I'm Sadia Khan's third cousin removed. I don't need a visa. I do as I wish, okay? I mean, here we go. Is this the new Sadia Khan? I don't know anything about psychology, but I've got a podcast and I'm going to do as I wish. I mean, first of all, let's just reel this in for a second, okay? Let's talk about gaslighting, all right? As if women don't gaslight. As if women don't manipulate men on the daily for money, for power, to get ahead, to get visas even. I mean, really? Really? Women, by nature, are in survival mode. They need to be taken care of. So they do it constantly. This word, first of all, get rid of gaslighting altogether, okay? The word is just ridiculous at this point because it's misused. It's misappropriated. It's just like the word narcissist. Everyone is a narcissist. That's actually something that's a real thing that's diagnosed, and very, 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 a very tiny percentage of human beings are actually real narcissists. It's the same thing like, oh, he's a psychopath. Oh, he's a sociopath. Well, no, okay? No, people like Ted Bundy are sociopaths. You get what I'm saying? I mean, it's just ridiculous. I'm dying to see where this is going. Let's see. All right, Sadia too.
Well, I mean, go to the embassy, do these things, take people on dates, do these things, and say, like we say, we can't believe words, but people can be very, very convincing. And you don't know until you know, right? So there is a lot of manipulation in dating specifically. And I don't date women, so I don't know how women are manipulative in dating, but men are very, because they want to get one thing out of you most of the time. And then they get that, they're done. Then all the nice things stop.
So is it just, instead of calling manipulation, like, can we just say that maybe the guy doesn't like you that much?
I would call that manipulation if you're doing things specifically just to get to the result of sleeping with somebody.
Why are you sleeping with them? Why are you allowing these men to sleep with you? Men can't just get what they want if you don't allow them to get it. You get it? Unless it's a different thing, and we're not going to say that on this platform, okay? But do you understand what I'm saying? The problem is that these women have loose legs, loose lips. And they end up giving the man what they want because they think it's going to fast track them to what they're trying to get, which is usually money, whatever. You get it? Because if you're sleeping with a man, I mean, what are you doing? What do you expect? Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free, as my granddad would say? I'm just saying.
That is manipulation.
That's what I mean. How is that manipulation?
Your target all along. You can tell them that.
Have you ever met a man? What do men want from women?
Well, sex, of course.
Breaking news.
Then don't pretend like you want more. Don't pretend like you want a relationship with that person. Don't say you could see yourself being married to him. Don't say,
why not?
Do all these. Because that you're giving them the wrong. You're telling that person this is what's going to happen and this is what I want from you, but it's a lie. To get what you want, that's manipulation.
Do you not think it's manipulation to wear makeup and manipulate your appearance to make it look like something it's not without it?
For sure. I mean, you could say the thing with haircuts, beards, clothes.
How? Haircuts.
What is she talking about? Haircuts? A haircut. How is that manipulate? These women, they'll just find any angle to argue. She couldn't just say, yeah, actually, yeah, wearing a lot of makeup it's manipulative. It really is. Because you're kind of like disguising what you actually look like. Yeah. I mean, he has a point.
No, it's not the same at all. I mean,
a haircut can make a guy look very, very different, especially if he's balding.
Are you
getting a haircut is
I want to go on
manipulation
record. Are we going on record saying haircuts and makeup are the same thing?
I'm seeing some guys that wear their hair forwards, okay? And then they lift their hair up and the hair's all the way back.
Hair is a natural thing that occurs on your head.
But do you know what
makeup
I mean,
is a completely artificial. No, it's because this is ridiculous. Makeup is a completely artificial product that is meant for the sole purpose of making you look different than you actually are and trying to make you more attractive.
As our clothes.
What are you talking about? Clothes.
I mean, fashion. Look at fashion. How is it? Fashion makes you look a certain different type of way. It can make you look more muscular or less muscular, depending on what you're wearing.
Oh my God. You know what? This woman might be more delusional than Sadia Khan. She's saying that clothes. So what are we supposed to do? Walk around totally naked, not wash our hair, groom ourselves, and because if we get haircuts, if we wash and put on clothes, we're manipulating you. I mean, do you understand how ridiculous what she's saying is? This makes absolutely no sense.
On what you're wearing.
Generally not. I mean, you have things that will highlight your attributes potentially. If you're muscular and you wear a tight shirt, that's just showing that you're muscular. If you're fat and you wear a tight shirt, it's just going to show that you're fat.
I think you can't hide that. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, though, like a lot of women like to say, oh, men just need to tell the truth, or it's mean to say, I want this, and then if you want something different. But nobody ever gets on women for wearing makeup. Nobody ever gets on women for artificially inflating their appearance to a point where they look better with makeup and with artificial enhancers than they do naturally. I think it's the exact same thing.
Come at women for wearing too much makeup a lot.
So do you agree that it's also manipulation?
Yeah, it's minor manipulation, but they take their makeup off at some point during the dating process.
Is it manipulation or is it not? I mean, what do we like?
If a woman is wearing a lot of makeup and she looks completely different to how she normally looks, then yes, that's manipulation.
Any makeup is manipulation because you're artificially changing your appearance at all.
I guess so, yeah. So
why is that okay? So why is it okay for women to wear makeup and it's not okay for men to lie?
Because of doing one thing, they're two very, very different things. You're messing with someone's feelings and emotions and wasting their time when you're lying to them like for a long period of time.
Are you not wasting a man's time by lying about what you look like? If he wants a certain thing, if he wants a gorgeous,
I don't wear
beautiful, attractive woman, you're wearing makeup right now, aren't you?
I'm wearing a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit of makeup. I do this.
No. Oh, God. Here we go. You know what? There's other podcasters out here. Oh, I don't wear any makeup. I come on here every day. I work an hour a week. I don't wear makeup. Okay. I don't wear makeup. Okay. See, you don't want a girl with hair extensions. Okay. No. You know what that's going to cost you? I mean, stop it. Okay. Like you go on national television. You don't wear makeup. You're not wearing makeup. Girl, you're wearing makeup. Okay. Don't even get me started. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. First of all, we're in modern times. Women are going to wear makeup. Actually, I don't wear makeup when I go out during the day ever. I don't wear makeup. And I get more guys chasing me down the streets on Park Avenue when I'm in my workout clothes with no makeup on. Because guys like no makeup. They like natural girls. You understand? I mean, but do I like makeup? Of course I like it when I'm on here. You understand what I'm saying? We're in modern times, okay? We're not going to run around doing no makeup, okay? Okay, this isn't like a bunch of Hasidic Jews in Brooklyn that are running around with wigs and no makeup for religious reasons. I mean, stop, okay? She has a ton of makeup on. I could easily put makeup on and make it look like I have no makeup on. I mean, this whole this whole notion of this is just ridiculous. And the fact that here we go. Let's get back on point here. Manipulation, lying. Of course a man is going to lie to you to get you in bed. And of course, every woman lies. You're going to tell me that she's not a liar? Or is this some kind of, are you delusional? Okay. This is why, gentlemen, look, the smart thing to do, okay? The smart thing to do is find a woman from your town. Date people in your church. Because guess what? Go to your town. They know everything about everybody. If a girl's whoring around, sleeping up, you know about it. Okay? If they're kind of a good girl, okay, you're gonna know. Okay? You can't when you go to New York City or wherever, you get it, Dallas, whatever, and you meet these women, all right, who moved to Brooklyn or whatever it is, get it? Nobody knows what the heck they've done. They've been to college, they've slept with probably 50 guys, whoring around, doing this, doing that. Now they want to be a good girl because the clock ticked and it's time for security and nothing else worked out. You understand how that works? Like, the whole notion of manipulation and gaslighting is absolutely ridiculous. Because nobody on earth is going to sit here and tell me that this woman isn't a liar, okay? That women don't lie. Come on. I mean, it's absurd.
Nothing comes off. Okay? So
I have no makeup on. See? Look, nothing comes up. Nothing comes up on my face either. See? Because it's called stay all day makeup. I mean, really, she's actually sitting here going, nothing comes off. As if we don't have makeup today and setting spray that actually makes the makeup not move for like 24 hours.
Lashes
tiny
on.
little bit of
You've got lashes. I can tell that. Those aren't real. I mean, you've had your eyebrows done. But the point that I'm just trying to draw a comparison because we got to move on after this because I can't believe I'm still getting sucked into this conversation. If they're both equally manipulative,
I don't think that
but again, manipulation is manipulation. So now you get to dictate what's manipulation and what's not.
There are different levels of manipulation.
How? Why is it extreme versus it's manipulation? Is lying or is it not?
For sure. But there's a difference between getting somebody emotionally invested in you and thinking it's going to be something else when it's actually not versus
that's what you're doing to men.
You're going to see
getting men invested in you. And you're going to realize once the guy bangs you, he doesn't want anything. So eventually the facade is going to come down.
Because I would have taken my makeup off before that. I would have taken my makeup off before he would have got...
Oh my God, I can't believe this. We're talking about makeup. First of all, listen, guys, gentlemen, listen. It's natural for a woman, okay, to seduce men. It's our job. It's the job of a woman to seduce a man to a point of marriage, okay? Hello, gotta get the ring. You don't give up the candy before they buy it. You understand? So the thing I'm trying to say is this. Of course women are manipulative. They're born to be manipulative. It's called instincts. That you put blush on, you do this, you do that, and you want to get a husband. I mean, hello? The idea of women not being manipulative, they're the most manipulative creatures on earth. That's why every empire is usually brought down because of a woman. Think about it. This is ridiculous. What is her point?
Anywhere near doing that, so he would have seen me without makeup.
Lauren, you're not getting it. We got to move on. I mean, this is just like a basic, simple yes or no question that you just refused to answer. We're just going to move on. Jesus. Maham, you got an interesting background. You got an interesting story. So you don't know how old you are, which is very interesting. Can you tell us a little bit about that really quick?
Yeah, for sure. So I am a quarter Pakistani, quarter Indian, quarter Persian, and quarter Saudi Arabian. And I was born on the exact opposite side of the globe. Literally, you could draw from Charleston, South, like where I live currently in South Carolina to where I was born. And it's a straight line through. Across the world, I moved here when I was 4 to 8. And I have a little brother, a little sister. I had an arranged marriage. I'm the black sheep of the family. So I'm the only Christian. My mom covers her head. So yeah, I've been raised in the United Nations, baby, reconciling opposites since I was born.
Wait, so how does that mean that you don't know your birthday?
So that's a great question. Thank you for focalizing that for me. So the reason that is because a lot of times in countries that are a little bit more socioeconomically still developing, we have doulas, or we have at-home births, and there's not really a record of as many records as.
Call ICE. Where's ICE? Somebody go get her. Okay. How do you not know your birthday, lady? So you're here illegal. So you're a fraud. You're fraud your whole life. You are you're impersonating somebody else, so you don't have a license, you don't have a passport, and you don't have a birth certificate. So how are you in Charleston? Maybe you need to go back over to directly the other side of the globe then. Somebody call Tom Homan. Okay? What is she talking about? I mean, who is this, Lindy Lee? I don't know how old. I came here maybe 4-year-old to 6. Remember? She told Laura Luma, I came here maybe 4 or 6, maybe 7. I don't know. I don't know, Laura. I don't know how old I was, but I come here. Okay. Now I on Patrick but David, because I infiltrated that. PDB gonna go down now. I mean, this is ridiculous. I don't know how old I am. This is like the 3rd or 4th person I've heard on one of these stupid podcasts talking about this. Okay, not his. I'm talking about their own. This is ridiculous.
Government records that say birth certificate is filed here. There's not as much discipline or really even, I guess, overlooking of that, like, or even someone to even oversee it.
Even Sadia Khan is speechless right now, okay? I mean, she's just sitting here like, girl, where are you going?
Spence, does that answer the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk more about this arranged marriage, because as far as I know, I may be wrong about this, but statistically, arranged marriages have some of the lowest rates of divorce. So what happened?
Well, first of all, good on you for knowing that, because whenever I
Oh my God. First of all, good on you for knowing that. Oh, thank you for making that vocal. You know, this is why her arranged marriage didn't work, because she is literally psychotic. Could you imagine having a wife? Honey, thank you for pointing that out. I didn't fold the laundry properly. I mean, who wants to deal with this every day? I mean, this woman's nuts. Something is clearly wrong with her. Okay. And this is why her arranged marriage didn't work out. Okay, she didn't leave her husband. He dumped her on the side somewhere. He probably kept her birth certificate, kept her passport, kept all her paperwork, and that's why she don't know who she is. She's probably been drugged. Who knows what the heck. Somebody dropped her off in a basket somewhere, all right? And she got picked up by a shelter. That's how she ended up in South Carolina.
talk to someone and say arranged marriage, they're like, oh my goodness. And I'm like, actually, in theory, it's not the worst idea if you think about it, as long as the people who are arranging know you and the other person well. That's, if they don't know you, then they can't.
Well, it's your family, you dip. Who the heck else is arranging a marriage for you? If it's not your parents don't know you well? What the hell is she talking about?
Base that. But I got into an arranged marriage. Something bad, I'm going to allude to, was taken away from me when I wasn't ready. I think everyone that's adults will know what I'm talking about. And so my parents...
Here we go. I'm dying to see where this is going. I am so sick and tired of hearing these type of stories, okay? Give me a break, girl, okay? You're a gypsy from another land, off in the desert somewhere, and somehow you landed up in South Carolina. Does she look like she belongs in South Carolina? Okay, she was on the side of the road begging right here. Please, to pick me up. I mean, where is she going with this?
And so my parents viewed that as it's always the girl's fault because we're not allowed to date. We grow up with this idea that our parents choose out our life mate for us based on political ties, religious ties. And so they were like, well, that's a direct ramification of the fact you dated. So taking away shame from that, they were like, oh, must get her married before the next person finds out. Like before that, oh no, she's damaged goods, expired date, And that's how I got into an arranged marriage. And he was great to me. He wasn't super old or super, nothing weird. He was great to me. great person. I mean, we were best friends. He was just gay. So
was he backup dancing, you know, for Lord or Christina Aguilera? Or, I mean, he's gay. Okay, that says a lot about you, girl. Because, okay, first of all, you should know if a man is gay instantly. Something's wrong with you. If you don't know that a man is gay, you got real problems, okay? That's like saying that Kris Jenner didn't know that something was wrong with Bruce. Okay, nah. You all know, you just chose to, you know, make that deal because she needed money and security, and she had God knows how many kids at that time. You understand? 3 kids, and I need a man, okay? And he was willing to take on the load, okay? You didn't know he was gay? Come on now.
How'd you find that out?
Look at these men are. These guys are like, they're just like dumbfounded. The one doesn't know how old she is, and they're like, okay, just move on. This is going nowhere. Now they're just, look at their faces. Okay, now he's like, how'd you find that out? Oh, you walked in and caught him with what, your brother? Let's see.
How'd you find that out?
Sick.
a lot of trial
You have
and error on the
visual
error part
confirmation,
more.
or like, okay.
I know, it's kind of like that, like more of the error part, and then starting to do inquiry based on that. And I'm like, let's see what we will find in search histories, or like looking around and gathering my own.
You found out
You
he
had
was
a
gay
kid
by
with this
finding like.
I don't want to say that. I had a lot of other cues pointing me in the direction. But
oh my God, look at this girl on the top. She's like, I mean, let me just play with my hair. I mean, and look at the other one. The other one's like, girl, I was with a gay man too. Uh-huh. Yeah, he was Arabic or whatever. Uh-huh. Yeah, I left the desert because of it. You know, you can see I'm one of you. I don't know what I am either. I don't know how old I am either. I got to look into it. Okay?
direction. But that was a big key portion of it, honestly. That was the first real confirmation.
Girl, did you catch him in the act? Did you come home from wherever you were early and find him in bed next to your brother? Because if you didn't, then how do you even know he's gay? Is this some other little thing you concocted in your head because you wanted to get away and find a more wealthy or richer or something? You know what I mean? Like, first of all, why do these women even come out and talk about this? Who does that? I mean, you have no dignity, no self-respect. It's like I don't get. It's just like these women that just talk about, oh, when I was in college, I was sleeping around. I was wild. You know, I was sleeping around. Trust me. But I got to a point and I was like, you know what? I don't wear makeup. I come up here every day. I don't wear makeup. Come on. I mean, stop it. Stop it. We all can see right through you. Okay? Just like the rest of the world can.
Outside of my head that I had of that, and outside of mine and his experience, which just stays between me and him, I can't really explicate or, speak on that. So that was the first real.
But you guys had a kid together. You have a daughter. You have a child with this man. How does
we do?
How does that work?
We worked so hard on that. So she's everything. She's 8 years old. I mean, I really wanted a kid.
So you used a gay man to get a child because you really wanted a kid? What's this kid going to grow up to be? You're sitting here on a podcast discussing that your 8-year-old daughter's father is gay? This is what Bruce Jenner did to the world. This is literally what Bruce Jenner did to the world. He is disgusting. Disgusting. And then he has the audacity to come over to the conservative. What is conservative about you, man? You literally were a triathlete. You're an Olympic medalist. You were one of the greatest of all time. My dad said he was on like a Wheaties box. And have you seen him? This is ridiculous. Now it's just okay for kids to be, oh, my dad's gay, my mom knows, and she don't know how old she is, and my dad's gay, and I don't know if I'm from South Carolina or if I'm Arabic. I mean, they don't know what these kids are so confused. And then you shove them into the public school system, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. These are the kids that are going to be taking care of us. This is scary.
Girl that was 12 years old and started a future email account for my daughter and started writing her emails when I was little. So she won't have to go a day without her mom when, I die someday. But like, we had a lot of medicinal help, a lot of ovulation sticks, a lot of, oh my God, it's a smiley face on the ovulation stick. Oh, go. So yeah, very mechanical.
What's the involvement that he has like in your kid's life now at all? Is he around at all?
So not only did I not get to choose, y'all, I feel like this is going to get more tragic. I'm sorry, but he also comes from the one state in the entire 50 states that practices Napoleonic law. So my daughter has to stay in Louisiana because that is where he was. That's where I moved. And she has to stay there till she's 13. Random age. I don't know why 13, only state that still goes by it.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Is she about to tell us that she is not even with her daughter? So you're sitting here telling me that she had a child with a gay man, and then he left with that gay man, is probably off with his lover now. I mean, what is really going on here? Did he pay you to have a child so that him and his husband can go and raise it like all these people we see on Instagram? Is that what this is? Because you're a mother and you left your child and you're in another state. Why aren't you in Louisiana? Okay, this is ridiculous.
State that still goes by it.
So she's with him full time, is what you're saying.
So we're 50-50. She's with him during the school year. So she was here she was born here, raised here. I homeschooled her. I'm a teacher. So she didn't.
Oh my God. Hello? Where's Trump? You got to shut down the Department of Education for good. Do you understand that? This woman is a teacher. These are the women teaching your kids. She doesn't know how old she is, doesn't know what year she was when she came here, has no clue. Her parents don't know her because they arranged a marriage with a gay man, apparently. Okay, she has a child that lives in another state, but you're a teacher and a mother? And she's not psycho? Lord help us.
Leave until she absolutely had to.
Maybe I'm not understanding. What's the current arrangement that you all have? Like with the school year and then the summer she's with you? Or like how does that work?
All holidays.
Is the plan to not, like if you said until she's 13, is the plan for her to go with you full time? Like, is that what's like, or is it going to be 50-50 until she's 18? Like what's the idea?
So apparently she can decide at 13. I don't know what happens cognitively at 13 for you to make a good decision on that. I want to move closer to her, but I have no support system there. So it's very hard on my heart.
What do you mean you have no support system there? Your ex-husband is in the state. What is she talking about? You have no support system? Your husband is there. Wait, so is this like the one woman in America that isn't getting that doesn't get child support or alimony or what? What is going on here? Well, how could you collect any of that stuff when you don't know how old you are? You have no license. You have no birth certificate. I mean, she just, you know what? She's an alien. She's an alien, you know? I have a friend one time that told me that she was dating an alien. And that's when I said, you got real problems, okay? Okay, you got some serious problems here. It's time to sever this because you're dating an alien. And she was just, I can't, you guys. What is happening in this world? Oh my God.
Because the only reason I moved there was I was married. And then, when I got a divorce, I was shipped back to my original sender. It was like,
she was shipped back? What, the spaceship came, picked her up and dropped her off in South Carolina? What is she in cornfields, like making, symbols or something? What do you do? Because last I checked, you just said you were a teacher, but you can't even teach your own child because you don't even live in the same state. Meanwhile, you got divorced in that state and somehow you were shipped over. So your ex-gay husband shipped you over to South Carolina. These men on here are, I mean, the Gen Zer over here is just like dumbfounded. Okay, he's just like, I gotta go straight into MGTOW forever. These women out here are nuts. And if this is who's raising my future wife, because he looks, I don't know, what is he, 20? So what? Her daughter's what, 8, 9? So yeah, that's his wife. And this is what he's going to deal with. These are the women raising these people.
It's like, return.
So
You get the pauses? He's just dumbfounded.
So what's the ideal situation? Like, you hope she chooses to stay with you full time? Would you still want to do 50-50 custody? Like, what do you think you're going to do? Or what would you like to see happen?
I think selfishly, of course, I want to say be with me 100%. You know, that's my knee-jerk reaction. But I think that the roles that her dad and I play in her life are very integral and different. They're different.
Well, yeah, it's called mother, father. It's called he's gay and you're insane. Okay? No role is appropriate for this child. First of all, I don't have children, okay? Even if one of my nephews or nieces, okay? If I'm not even their mother, and I would be like, oh no, this child stays within the family. That's how that works, okay? How are you a mother that actually, and I don't even know, she might not have given birth. Who knows? Maybe the husband's boyfriend held it in the womb. Who knows what's going on here? But if you were a mother, you would let your child go somewhere to another. You do that? You either don't want the kid, you never should have had it in the first place, clearly. Because I'm going to tell you something. My mother, any of the kids, my mother, oh, you couldn't separate her from us if her life depended on it. She'd step in front of a train before she let somebody take her kids away, okay? Which is why you don't get divorced to begin with if you have a child. This is absurd. How long have they been divorced?
And equally powerful. And I don't want to step in that position. And I don't want him to step in the mom position for me either. I think both parents being around would be ideal for my daughter.
Yeah.
She thinks both parents being around would be ideal for her daughter, but she's divorced. I don't think she's divorced at all. She has no birth certificate, none of these. I think he just kicked her out. I think he took off. I don't even think she knows where the kid is. Maybe he's in New Orleans. Who knows? Could be in South Africa for all we know. I mean, do you believe a word that's coming out of her mouth? This is a woman that doesn't know how old she is. Okay? All right? I mean,
but
I
you
just
moved
have to
away.
be courageous enough to move back.
Yeah, but you chose to move for what exactly? Because you can be a kindergarten teacher anywhere, right? Like, that's not something that's... So that's, I mean, it's not location independent. So, like, why did you decide to leave?
To be completely honest, I wasn't strong enough. I started crumbling at that point in my life. I was going through really bad postpartum. And honestly, if there's one family that's more conservative than my own, it's my ex-husband's. So, like, his parents haven't even gone to an American restaurant. And they've lived here for, I don't know, their whole lives. The mom doesn't even own a pair of jeans. So things like that. It was very constricting in that area. And there's so many of them. So it's like little India. All the moms, brothers and sisters and their children and their children's children, their grandparents are all there. So you go to the grocery store, you're on Bourbon Street, anywhere you see somebody and you're just like, oh my gosh.
but you didn't have a support system? You didn't have a support system there? That's why you left and went to South Carolina? So he has a family that's extremely conservative, which means we take care of the children and family and wife, no matter if we like her or not. That's how that works, okay? And you didn't have a support system? That makes absolutely no sense because she's a liar, okay? Don't talk to me about support system because we tried and tried and tried. And what happened was when we went to get her, she was gone. Gone! We don't know how she left. We went here to support or we kept child. This has been very straining on my son. He became a gay man now because she left. Don't talk to me about nothing. You're selfish. Okay? All right? I mean, what did she do? Where did she go? Did she go on a train ride to India? Did she go to the spice market? Where did she go? I'd like to know. Okay? I mean, this is absolutely the biggest liar I've ever seen on one of these things. I mean, at least these other girls are out here just saying, yeah, I'm a prostitute. You know, I'm on OF. I'm a corn star. Yeah, I like it. I get paid. I'm in. All right? Like, stop. Everybody tells these little white lies, fine, whatever. You want to be real here? You're talking about you left your child. Your husband's gay. Your marriage was arranged. You don't know how old you were when you came here. Do you know how old your daughter is? How does your daughter have a birth certificate and a citizenship even if you don't even know who you are? What hospital? Where did you do you have this kid in a bathtub? I mean, I'm just curious here.
So it's a lot of his family.
So you moved to
A
get
lot of his family, which is why I had no support system. You know, because his whole family wasn't willing to support me and my child. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with no. Oh my God. Let's see what he's asking.
So you moved to get closer to your family?
And also create some distance from what was essentially my support system, which was his family, you know?
Create distance from your support system? I'm not understanding that. How does it make you stronger?
It doesn't. It doesn't necessarily make you stronger. I think that relying on people, knowing when to ask for help, and then knowing, I think that takes, and asking for it is probably one of the most courageous things you can do. It's just, when it was divorce time, no matter how good of a relationship I had with them, aunt, sister, anyone, the way in my culture it works is you always end up supporting blood. There's like a saying. And
It's called your daughter? Is she not your blood? Whose blood is she? The vampire or the aliens? What is she talking about? These guys are literally dumbfounded.
so his family naturally would, you know, side with him. And divorces, it's very, very strict. Like when you're divorced, you're just out of the family. It's there's not so much like the American divorce setting, like mentally. There's a lot of stereotypes associated with it.
Okay, I think
Well, hold on a second now. I gotta shut her down real quick. You're in America, lady. What are you talking about? There are laws. Were you legally married? If you weren't legally married, no, but it doesn't even matter. If you have a child in this country, children are weapons. So what exactly is she talking about? There are legal things, laws, okay, that say you can have your child. Clearly, you didn't want the child full time. That's what's really going on. Because we're in America, not India. This isn't the spice market.
okay, I think I'm getting you now. So it's like they were your support system before, but after divorce, they weren't anymore. And so you were left without that support system.
Yeah, I think a good way of saying is they couldn't be anymore is what at least I thought or felt like.
Did you make the decision to move before or after you knew about this law?
Oh, I didn't know about it until actually, yeah, I was back here when I was 8 months pregnant. I had my daughter here. We were separated during my pregnancy.
And it gets better and better. It gets better and better. So you did all that work to get pregnant. Do you remember what she said? We were like looking for the smiley face and it's green, it's blue, it's pink. You wanted that child so bad that you got pregnant and then came right back home to another state. But somehow the child ended up back in his state. Now this is really not making sense. Girl, shovel, 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 because you're digging a grave.
Yeah. So I moved before I was aware of the law.
Okay.
Don't marry girls that don't speak English, that don't understand how old they are, that don't understand where they live, where they came from, because you will end up in a big mess. Utter chaos, okay? Okay. Gentlemen, you got problems out here. You know, the more I do these episodes, this podcast, the more I realize how insane people actually are. And actually how lucky I am to be surrounded with family like I have and normalcy. You know, I'm starting to realize how normal I actually am. How normal my life is. It's like, this is literally the new normal. Okay? Andrew, you better get the Handmaid's Tale going because these kids are in trouble out here. All right. I hope you guys had fun on this one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm DiBrava. See you on the next one.